Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, 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 Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Yogi
Ram 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 Ram
भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणम्। We have once again had the great fortune of singing his powerful name in his powerful shrine, and we owe a deep debt of gratitude to him for this to happen day after day after day, and for now quite a few years. This is no small grace, and so in celebration of this grace, with deep gratitude, we have offered the Nama lotuses, the Nama flowers at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. As we have been going through stories to learn something from each, we shall see one more story today. There was a school, and the school had some function, a religious function, a spiritual function. They had invited a speaker, a spiritual speaker there. In the course of his speech, he said, Lord Shiva is everywhere. He is in the north, he is in the south, he is in the east, and he is in the west. He is all pervasive. There is no place where he is not. And he spoke very powerfully. The students were completely lost in it, and they felt a sense of fulfillment. There was a teacher who was a non-believer. To him, the whole thing seemed ridiculous to say that Lord Shiva is everywhere. He called those students after the function was over the next day. He asked one of the students if she could see Lord Shiva in that direction. She said, no, I can't see any Shiva there. Then he called another student and pointed to another direction and asked, do you see Lord Shiva there? No. So he called many students and repeatedly asked, and everybody said the same thing. No, we cannot see Shiva. Then the teacher said, you see, that Pravachanakarta, the one who spoke, said that Lord Shiva could be seen everywhere. There is no place where he is not. And you see, what did you see? Nothing. So he is a fraud. Whatever he spoke was all wrong. Do not believe it. You cannot see Lord Shiva. So how can you say he is there? There was one little girl who was so much used to worship of the Lord at home. She had come from that background, and she was a great believer with great devotion and faith. She said, sir, can you please let me do something? He said, yes. I would like to ask questions, the same students that you asked. He said, all right. Then she called one of the students and said, now here is our teacher. Do you see his eyes? Yes. We are able to see his eyes. So his eyes are there. Do you see his ears? Yes. Do you see his hands? Yes. Do you see his feet? Yes. Do you see his legs? They hesitated for a moment and they said, no, we can't see the legs, but we know they are there. And then the girl said, do you see his brain? And the children said, no, we cannot see the brain. Can you say that our teacher has no brain? Surely you cannot see the brain, so how can you say he has brain? The teacher got wild. And then the girl said, sir, with all humility I appeal to you, you please answer this question. You yourself can answer this question. Can we say that because we cannot see your brain, that there is no brain? And the teacher learnt his lesson from the students that day. So, this is to say, just because we cannot see something, we can never say it doesn't exist. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, you have somebody sitting very near you, and both can see each other, talk to each other. But suddenly, you take a towel and put it on the face of the other person and ask him whether he could see you. You have been seeing each other for so long, and now suddenly there is a towel on his face, and you ask him whether he can see you. He would say, yes, I cannot see you. You are so near. I know you are so near, sitting so near, and yet I cannot see you. Why can't you see me? Because there is a towel covering my eyes. Likewise, when our mind, when our heart, or whatever you call it, is clouded by worldliness, when it is covered by our desires for the world and worldly life, and because of which there is fear, anger, karma, jealousy, and growing desires, God will not be reflected there. You cannot see God because your mind is clouded by unwanted things. That doesn't mean that God doesn't exist. When you put up clothes on the clothesline, when there is a wind, we see how the clothes move. We cannot see the wind, but we know that it's the wind that moves the cloth. Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar said the same thing. When you call out the name, even one single name of God is vibrant with His power and grace. And once you utter the name of God, it benefits the whole world. But how can this beggar prove it to you? How can this beggar make you see it? Whatever satkarya you do, it bears fruit only for that. But when you chant the name, even once, the name of the Lord, it benefits the whole world. And it can only be experienced. It cannot be shown. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. These prayers have been given to me by our Bhagavan, meant for the welfare of the whole world, and they are important. And those of you who think they are worth the effort, please join me. Instead of thinking that I'm repeating the same prayer every day, that some of us are bound to think it's very boring, but please understand that there is a meaning and purpose behind these prayers. Bhagavan, we beg you again and again, for that's all we can do, and we do it a million times, for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic normalcy to the world in all aspects of life. I say normalcy because what exists today is not normal. This kind of violence, this kind of independence for individuals to do what they like and justify that. The growing enmity between people and people, and already the war is on. And then the sudden attacks of the diseases and the furies of nature. We beg you, Bhagavan, to bring in peace, harmony, order, and growing friendship, and mutual help, and good control over the diseases and the violence of nature. We also beg you to uproot all the negativities, the negative thoughts of people which are responsible for today's world. Why is it this disharmony, this violence is not normal? Because the very nature of our being. We are blissful by nature. We are peaceful by nature. Peace is our nature. Bliss is our nature. Whenever you are disturbed mentally and you find yourself unhappy or agitated and that you lose your peace, you can be sure that you have deviated from your nature, your blissful nature. Now, we see, Bhagavan, we beg you, for those people who have been stranded in varied parts of the world, for some reason or the other, due to their past karmas, sufferings so much, we beg you to reach out to them and help and protect them. They may belong to different countries and speak different languages and of different religions. Yet, this sickness and suffering, the cruelties, they are not our nature. The world has deviated so much from the path of dharma, from the path of God. And Bhagavan, we also beg you to protect all those unselfish people who have been slogging hard for the sake of the others from destructive, unhealthy criticisms and aspersion. We beg you again to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity, especially spirituality, so that India would reach that special state, special status of world teacher, so that it could run the whole world in the path of dharma. We beg you again, we pray to you in all earnestness and sincerity for ceaseless chanting of your name, your powerful name, an unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings, so that we imbibe them, imbibe the spirit, and be sattvic instruments in your hands, that every thought should become our Atma Shakti. We also beg you to bless us to run our everyday life as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. We know that our original nature is of bliss and peace. We want to return to that state. We want that ultimate state of bliss and peace that you are established in. But then we need to be purified. We need our mind to be purified. And we take refuge in your powerful Nama, which has the power to destroy our past sins, which are responsible for the sufferings of this life. We take refuge in joyful chanting of this and unceasing chanting. We also take refuge in your service, joyful service. No matter what work falls into our hand and wherever we are, if we do it in the spirit of service to you, this would also become our Atma Shakti. And that we have to do without unhealthy competition or jealousy. And finally, we seek your blessings for the practice of acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or grief. Coming from you, it can only be a definite blessing meant for our spiritual growth. Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar said, whatever happens, happens by the will of God. And whatever happens is grace. It happens because it's necessary. Necessary for what? For our spiritual growth. It's for our greater good. And it pushes towards God, giving a closer kinship with Him. As we progress, we would be able to feel the vibrant presence of God everywhere and in everything. Bhagwan, please enable us to see your will behind all the happenings of life, all the happenings of the world. It is your grand plan that is at work all the time. We also seek your blessings to be able to detect that hidden grace even in the most disastrous experiences of life. Instead of collapsing and putting the blame on others and resenting you, moving away from you, we should know that all the sufferings of this life are what we have ourselves invited by our past karmas. And we remember your promise that those who chant your name and do your seva, that your Father would convert all the adversities into great blessings. Please bless us to be grateful to you even for the adversities of life. We also seek your blessings for all the species of the cosmos, in whatever state of being they are, in whatever state of misery they are, to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek that dissolution of the root cause of all this suffering, the ego, the I and mine, that rule our everyday life. Then we would be free from the vicious cycle of births and deaths. Please bless us with that immortal life, with that eternal living, an eternal servitude to you, that eternal supreme entity. Jai Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar.